Jai Hind dear students. In this video we are going to learn a very different method, or I can say alternative method, to find square of any number. So suppose if you want to find square of two-digit number, let us take 72. Next what we need to do, we have to draw a square. Since we have two-digit numbers, so we will do partition in this way, in such a way that we have two columns and two rows. Now we are going to distribute 72 in such a way that first column will be 7 and second column on the top you have to write 2. Now in first row 7 and in second row starting write 2. Understood how to write it? And after this what I'll do that I'll draw these diagonals like this. You have diagonals of a smaller squares, right? Now let me draw it neatly so that you can understand. So the neat drawing will be look like this. Here is 7 and here will be 2. Again first row is 7 then 2. 72 is a number for which we are trying to find the square. Now what we are going to do here? We will multiply the first row with all the columns. Like we will multiply first row 7 with the two rest columns. So 7 times 7 multiplying we will get 49. So how we are going to write it? We will write at the first partition of the diagonals we will write it as 4, and in the next part of the diagonals partition we will write 9 like this. Okay, so that squaring will be in the one square box. Now multiplying 7 with 2, 7 times 2 is 14, so write 4 and then 1. After multiplication, the number which is at 10th place we are writing above the diagonal, and the number which is at unit place we are writing below the diagonal. This is very important to understand. Now again second row and first column. 2 times 7 is 14, so we'll write 1 and 4. Tens will be above the diagonal. Now second row and second column, 2 times 2 is 4. So how we will write 4? Since we need to fill up the tens place, we will write 0 and then replace with 4, right? And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this number from this point, adding from this point, and I will go in this direction. Understood? And we will talk about only the diagonals. Like for this diagonals, the number below this diagonal is only 4, so we will write only 4 as our first digit. Clear? Now plus, again if we will talk about the second diagonal, the numbers which are falling under the second diagonal, or I can say I have reached to the place where the numbers are there like 4, 0 and 4 between these two, first and second diagonal. So what we are going to do, we will add it. So 4 plus 0 plus 4 gives you 8. Clear? Now coming to the third diagonal, the numbers which are falling under this diagonal is this, or we can say the another sections. Here we have 4 sections, so this is our third section. So 1 plus 9 plus 1 will gives you 11, right? So how we'll write it? We will write it as 1, and since it is having two digit numbers, so rest the 10th one will be carry forwarded, so it will go to the next section. Okay, so for this section we have 4, for the last section we have 4, and 4 plus 1 gives you 5. So 72 square is 5184. This seems like so difficult or so long process, but if you will practice it properly, it will very easy to do. As you can see, I have shown in the calculator also that 72 square is 5184. This is only for the number having two digits. So let's take one more example in which we are going to find square of number having 3 digits. So let's take 328. What to do next? Yes, first of all we will make square in such a way where we will have 3 columns and 3 rows like this, and we will do the partition of it. Okay, now we are going to write the numbers like this to each columns, and to each rows we will write 328. Okay, don't worry about the lines that are drawn with yellow, just you need to join it. Okay, just you need to join the points. Now till now I hope so it is clear. Okay, what we are going to do next? Just we will multiply. We will multiply the respective rows with all the columns. Like we will take 3, then 3 times 3, then 3 times 2, and then 3 times 8. So 3 times 3 first of all gives you 9. Here we are having two places, so we'll write 9 as a unit digit, and for tens we are writing 0. Now 3 times 2 is 6, so we are writing like this. 3 times 8 is 24, so we normally write it 24. Now moving to the second row, we will do same. 0 6, 2 times 2 is 4, 0 4, unit place below the diagonals and tens place above the diagonal. 2 times 8 is 16, so 16 has 1 at its tens place and 6 at its unit place. So that's why we are writing like this. Now moving to the third row, last row and first column will give results 24. So we will write this. 8 times 2 is 16, so 1 at tens place and 6 at unit place. 8 times 8 is 64, so again 6 at above the diagonal and 4 at below the diagonal. Clear what to do? If you are facing any kind of problem, just feel free to ask. Now, what is the next step to do? We will add all the sections, like starting from here to here. Okay, first of all, whatever number we have below the diagonals, that will be our first section, and we will add those numbers only. Like if we will take first section or the first diagonal that is marked with yellow line, so the first section is having only 4. So like this, I'm showing you 4. I think so color is so bright, but I hope so you have understood. So we'll write it as 4 only. Clear? Now moving to the second diagonal, below the diagonal we will add all the numbers, or I can say the second section. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 gives you 18. As told earlier, we will write only 8 and the carry 1 will be forwarded to the next section. So we will write only 8 and 1 is carry. Okay. Moving to the third section, that is our third diagonal. We have to add all the numbers below the third diagonal. So it is 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4, which gives result 14. And the carryover we already have, so 14 plus 1, 15. So what will be our first number? It's 5, and 1 will be carry over to next area. So that's why here we are writing only 5. Now moving to the fourth section, that is all the numbers we are going to add under fourth diagonal. 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 6 is 14, 14 plus 2 is 16. So 16 plus 1 will gives you 17. So here we will write only 7 and 1 again will be our carryover. Now moving to the fourth section. Basically this is area enclosed between these two diagonals. So we are finding the area of the diagonals. Here we have only 9 and 9 plus 1 gives you 10. So 0 will be your unit digit and 1 will be your tens digit. So we are writing 0 over here and 1 will be forwarded to the next part. And in last section, 1 plus 0 gives you 1. So this is the square of 328. Let us check also. While checking, let me tell you again, this seems so hard to you, but trust me, this is very interesting and easiest method to do so. Just find the area between the sections and yes, see, you will get your result. So 107584 is the correct answer and it is the square of 328. So isn't it fun to find the square of any number using this method? So now what is the logic behind this? This is based on the formula a plus b whole square. As you can see, 72 can be written as 72 times 72 or 70 plus 2 whole square. And using the formula a plus b whole square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square, we will get this result. And in this way we will get our final result also, as we have done in the previous video. That's why I'm not proceeding it further, but this method is based on the same logic. We are finding the area of the sections. I hope you have understood. Thank you.